Hello everybody, Hyperspace Hobbies has had a gigantic boost in its subs, and I couldn't be happier to be a part of this community. Thank you so much, and stick around for some awesome Necron combos. The first combo for Necrons should make your Necron Warriors last the entire game, and here's how you're going to do it. First of all, you want a Necron Warrior squad, you want a Technomancer, and you want to have a Canoptic Reanimator nearby, hopefully a Ghost Arc. Yes, that's 4 units that are going to combine together to really get the amazing mileage out of this single unit. You also have the option to throw in an Overlord to make this even more units combined together. But let's see how they all work together. To push this unit to its max, you're going to have to really study reanimation protocols. This allows your unit to recover D3 wounds every turn. And if you can't recover the wounds of that unit, you can place an additional model back and start recovering their wounds. In this case, Necron Warriors only have 1 wound, so each wound gained gets you an additional model. The Necron Warriors also have a special rule which allows them to get D6 units back every reanimation protocol trigger, or get D3 plus 3 if they're next to an objective. Technomancer gives this unit a 5-up feel no pain, increasing their chance to stay on the tabletop by quite a large margin. The Canoptic Reanimator triggers reanimation protocols and allows them to regain an additional D3 models every time they're allowed to do a reanimation protocol. And the Ghost Arc allows you to trigger reanimation protocols when they take damage in your opponent's phase. That is crazy, once you start comboing in a couple other tricky stratagems that the Necrons have. The first one is the Protocol of the Undying Legion. The Protocol of the Undying Legion allows you to trigger reanimation protocols for a unit once you lose a single model from that unit per phase. Now, per phase is an interesting thing because it means you can do it in the shooting phase and after you've lost units in combat. Now, not only are you getting D3 units back, obviously you have some characters in there, so you'll be getting D3 plus 1, but you'll also be getting the Canoptic Reanimator's additional D3, which makes this absolutely pop off. Now, if you combo that with the Ghost Arc's ability to repair guys every phase, if they lose a model, you essentially have 2 instances where you can trigger reanimation protocols after losing a model. This equates to some ridiculous model gain every time you start to take damage. Not only that, if you've added that additional Overlord with a Resurrection Orb, you can trigger reanimation protocols and the Canoptic Reanimator's reanimation bonus in your opponent's command phase, which means you are getting a lot of warriors back every turn. So if you lose a warrior in any phase, you trigger the Ghost Arc's reanimation repair, the Protocol of the Undying Legion's repair, and 2 Canoptic Reanimations, 1 per repair from those special abilities. So with this little tip, your warriors should be able to bounce back with 2d6 plus 2d3 plus 1 warriors gained per turn. It seems a bit crazy. Did I also mention that the warriors have a 5-up feel no pain? The second combo really hammers out some damage. It involves taking a Locust Lord and the only unit he can join, which is Locust Destroyers. The Lord gives the Destroyer Cult ability, which allows the unit to have successful critical hits on a 5. This, comboed with the Gauss cannon's lethal hits, allows them to shoot pretty much anything in the game and score a lot of auto wounds. The addition of the Command Protocol Detachment rule allows them to hit on 2s, and their own special ability allows them to re-roll 1s versus the closest target. But if you don't think this hits hard enough, you can add in the stratagem Protocol of the Conquering Tyrant. This will allow them, with the addition of the Destroyer Lord character, to re-roll wounds. This means, to sum it up, they will have 18 Strength 6, AP 2, Damage 2 shots with criticals that hit on 5s. Those 5s will auto-wound, and they'll be re-rolling wounds for the remainder of the hits. If you manage to take damage, you can always use Protocol of the Undying Legion on this unit to get back a guy and then attack with the second stratagem, Protocol of the Vengeful Stars, which allows you, after losing a model, to shoot with that unit. It's just gonna pound out damage, and I can't wait for you guys to test it out on the battlefield. Our third combo involves Lychguard with a Hyperphase Sword and a Dispersion Shield. If you add an Overlord and a Chronomancer to this unit, they become very tanky and have some pretty awesome combos. The Overlord allows them to have a free stratagem used on the unit every turn. And we'll get to that stratagem in a second. But let's first figure out what the Chronomancer is doing for this unit. The Chronomancer adds the Time Splitter Mantle, which gives the unit -1 to be hit. This, comboed with the Lychguard's ability, Guardian Protocol, gives them a -1 to be hit and a -1 to be wound from the Chronomancer, adding to the unit. It also adds the Chronomancer's Chronometron ability. After shooting, you can move the unit 5 inches, but then they cannot charge. But what about the free stratagem given to you by the Overlord? Well, you can use Protocol of the Sudden Storm. Protocol of the Sudden Storm allows you to re-roll your advance rolls and gives all the weapons, which would only be the Chronomancer's weapon, the Assault Special Rule. So, to sum this up, you have a T5, 4-up Invulnerable Save, -1 to hit, -1 to wound, moving 10 inches, and an additional re-rolled advance. This is the perfect unit to put some forward pressure on your opponent and really scatter their target priority. Thank you guys so much for sticking to the end. Make sure that you sub to the channel. We have had a huge influx of people subbing to the channel, and it makes me feel great. It makes me love this community even more, which I thought was impossible. Make sure to check out these other 40k related channels. Foxcast to Nowhere, which is an awesome channel if you like to have a laugh. And you can also enjoy me there on a podcast. You could check out Glue Boy's channel, who has a wealth of knowledge. If you're into lore, please go check out Glue Boy. And of course, if you haven't paid attention, Mid-Table Tactics has games every Friday live. 40k games. Check them out. Until next time, thanks for watching the combo video. Later, guys.